2012, YouTube was feeling pretty ambitious. The video platform had become a cultural force, but it wanted more. What if YouTube could do what TV does, only better, faster, cheaper? So they launched a $100 million experiment to fund original content that would compete with TV. They partnered with big media companies and some smaller ones. One of the biggest successes was a small one. A scrappy little news channel with energy, personality, and most importantly, creators that people actually cared about. It was called SourceFed. And then 5 years later, it disappeared. Hello, and welcome to this channel. Here's how SourceFed changed YouTube forever. Part 1. The birth of SourceFed. SourceFed was created by Philip DeFranco, a popular YouTuber who wanted to take his career to the next level. Pitched a fast-paced daily news show with a twist. A mix of comedy and commentary with just enough snarky attitude to separate them from the rest. It was part of YouTube's original channel initiative, a program to help creators build bigger, better projects. And for DeFranco, that meant assembling a team of fellow YouTube creators like Joe Beretta, Elliot Morgan, and Lee Newton. Together, they made fast-paced, irreverent videos about whatever happened to be in the news that week. 3 to 5 stories in each video, multiple times a day. The result was addictive. Viewers fell in love with the fast pace, and the hosts who felt like your funny, nerdy friends. It felt like being in the know without having to read a newspaper or watch a nightly newscast. And fans responded. SourceFed hit 1 million subscribers in just over a year. Part 2, the expansion. With their flagship show taking off, SourceFed expanded into new areas. Launching SourceFed Nerd, a spin-off focused on geek culture, they added podcasts, web series, and live shows. At its peak, SourceFed was YouTube's most successful original channel, and the key to their success was the chemistry between the hosts. They weren't afraid to be themselves or to show their personalities. Sure, there was a corporate machine behind the scenes, but to viewers, it felt organic, creator-led, and independent. That's because it kinda was. Yeah, there was a partnership with YouTube, but it was a loose one. YouTube provided funding and some creative input, but for the most part, SourceFed was allowed to operate independently. In fact, some of the most popular videos were made in partnership with other creators. One example is a video called Why Clickbait Titles and Thumbing Work, where DeFranco and Hank Green discuss the state of online media. It was part of a larger trend where YouTube creators began blurring the lines between entertainment and education. The decline. But as ownership deals go, it was a bit of a blessing and a curse, because in 2016, SourceFed's parent company, Maker Studios, was acquired by a media conglomerate. All the various YouTube channels under the company's control, including SourceFed, were merged under a new umbrella company called Group 9 Media. At first, it seemed like business as usual, but behind the scenes, things were changing. Starting in 2017, hosts began leaving, some to pursue solo careers, others just burnt out. Then the new management brought in new formats, fewer uploads, and a less personal vibe. All of a sudden, SourceFed didn't feel like SourceFed anymore. Engagement dropped, and it became clear that SourceFed wasn't the priority it once was. On October 26, 2017, Group 9 announced SourceFed would be shut down entirely. There wouldn't be a big finale or a last hurrah, just quiet goodbyes. The reaction, fans were devastated. No official goodbye, no farewell video, just the slow fade of a channel being taken down. Many blamed the shift from creator-driven content to corporate oversight. And maybe they were right. After all, the channel had started as a passion project between a group of friends. Now by the end, it was just a product. For many fans, it felt like a betrayal. Creators like Philip DeFranco and Hank Green spoke out about the shutdown. The end of an era, said DeFranco. Sad to see it go, said Green. Legacy. SourceFed may be gone, but its legacy lives on in the YouTube space. The channel showed what's possible when creators and platforms collaborate, but also what happens when control is lost. Several former SourceFed hosts went on to form a new group called the Valley Folk. In 2019, they won NBC's Bring the Funny, a competition to find the next great comedy group. But it's safe to say none of that would have happened if not for SourceFed. In fact, we might not even be talking about them right now if they hadn't been bought out by a media conglomerate. Some people believe that selling out is what killed SourceFed, but that might not be true. Maybe it was just burnout, or maybe it was inevitable from the beginning. Either way, it's a reminder. If you don't own your content, your success can vanish overnight. This has been Behind the Click. Don't forget to subscribe, hit like and notification button for more stories like this.